I'm not even working, and yet here I am working. And I was just sitting in the other room, checking in with some customers, watching the Braves game with my husband. And that's my job. I mean, where else can you find an opportunity like that, right?
No kidding. We can do it from anywhere. I mean, I'll never forget my second ambassador ever. I was golfing with my husband and I'm like, oh, I got an ambassador. She took, that was when I used to throw my link out there all the time because I didn't want to talk to people, like 5 years ago.
You've changed our tune since then, huh?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. But anyway, golfing and got my second one. I remember that. And yeah, I'm hoping some more hop on, but it's been a day, it sounds like, for a lot of people. It's just been one of those Mondays. Everybody's had things happen, but I'm recording it as of now, so maybe we can get started. What time are we at? It's late where you're at, Kelly.
Yes, hence the jammies.
Yes. Yeah, so
if you guys don't mind, I don't mind, right?
No, that's comfy is good.
Where are you all from? Are you all in North Dakota?
Maine.
Maine, how fun. Gorgeous.
I'm in
For now.
Wisconsin.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I'm a Northeastern girl too. Wisconsin, awesome.
Yeah, Tammy. And then Leah's from Minnesota. Leah, she has a little 1-year-old she might be putting down. And she's a full-time counselor, and her husband's teacher and a basketball coach, assistant football head girls basketball coach.
Love it.
And Kelly's on, but she's not going to be visible. And she lives in North Dakota. Darlene, you know Darlene, right, Kelly?
Darlene.
Cornelius?
I don't think I do, no. I hope I don't, because that would be embarrassing if I did and I said I don't.
So
she is. How old is Darlene? She's a rock star.
I'm 70. I'll be 73 next month.
And a Sapphire. Yes. I love it.
Darlene, I need you to talk to my mom.
I've talked to
program.
You need to put her on my Facebook page, the Silver Slims. I have 5,000 on that page.
That's amazing.
And it's 50 people and 50 years old and above.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
I qualify now.
You started, Darlene, when you were 66, right, with this company?
Yeah. Yes, I was 66.
And hit Emerald
13 months later.
Yeah, right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And what rank are you now, Darlene?
Sapphire.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
I'm working back up to Sapphire. I think everybody's working back.
Yep. That's how it goes. My mom just went silver.
How old is she?
She's 70.
Well, go ahead.
She doesn't really, she just like sends me people and says, this person's interested, you handle it. That's kind of her outlook. And I do. Cute. I mean, why not? It's a great, I got her her products free.
Well, seriously, get her on that page because people our age aren't trying to lose weight because of baby fat. You know, it's too late. I mean, my oldest is almost 50. But we talk about all the different aches and pains and things that are going on in our lives that Plexus helps with. So it's really an amazing page. We pray for each other. And
friend me, Darlene, and invite me to it.
Marla, I think you're on it, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and Ruth Ann's on it. So
that's awesome.
Yep, I'm qualified for 7 years now. I've been qualified to be in there.
That's so funny. Well, we've got pretty much, I think we're over 5,000 now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
This business is for anybody. Well, I think we'll get started. We're 2 minutes past. So welcome everybody. And it is a Monday, the 12th of October. And I'm so excited to have a guest on tonight. Kelly Lintz, and Kelly and I met at our first ever Emerald leadership training in Arizona. I believe that was the first time.
Yeah.
I remember watching your collagen, what video did you do that was
It very well might have been.
the collagen video before I met you, and was pretty impressed because she's an actress, and I knew I would never be able to do something like that. But I think I remember hearing about you ranking up when you were senior Ruby while in Budapest also. I think I remember hearing that. So it's quite a story. But Kelly is pretty remarkable. I'll let her tell her story. She's a mother to 4, and she's an actress, and her kids are all professional actors. And your husband, I don't even know, is he a banker?
No, it feels like it sometimes. No, he handles all of the boring stuff that goes along with having 5 actors in the family. We have 8 tax returns, and so he handles all of that. And I'm the creative CEO, I guess.
Well, when I met Kelly, she said, everyone was actors in her family. And she's like, my daughter has her kids. About 3 of her kids have been in The Walking Dead, and then her daughter is in Bosch. She has one of the leading roles in Bosch. And I'm like, oh, well, I'd never heard of Bosch. I don't really watch TV much. And then like 3 months later, I realized that's your daughter I realized what Bosch was. And anyway, now I love the show Bosch. So can't wait for the next season. So anyway, Kelly just ranked up to Sapphire. She has amazing mindset. And I just think we have a lot to learn just from her health testimony too, if you want to spend a little bit of time on what brought you to Plexus, and then kind of the mindset piece to it.
Sure. Well,
I'm going to mute. Hold on. I'm going to mute all. So hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So now just unmute yourself, Kelly.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Great. Well, so nice to meet all of you. It is a privilege and an honor to be considered worthy to come speak to a team like you guys. And I take every opportunity I can to do so, just in case something I might say might inspire you to keep on keeping on. Before we started recording, I said my face is already washed. I have my Joy Elm on. I have my jammies on. And this is what it's like to run a 6-figure business. I was just sitting in the other room watching the Braves game with my husband, hanging out with my family, checking in with some customers, hearing some victories from some new people. And I was like, what other opportunity could you find where you are spending time with your family and working at the same time, and it doesn't even feel like work? And that's what Plexus has been for me. Not that it hasn't been work, because it is work. It's just been super worth it. And I joined Plexus 4.5 years ago. Like Marla said, I was not looking for a business opportunity because I already had one. I'm a professional actor, have always been that for 30 years now in the industry in film and television. And then I gave birth to 4 children who followed me into the industry. So we have been all over the world working on different film and television projects, from Los Angeles to New Orleans to Toronto to Budapest, Hungary. So that was a very busy life. And it never dawned on me. I was not a stranger to other streams of income, because only 6% of actors actually make a full-time living at this craft. We all have other side things that we do. I was doing voiceover work. I was doing commercials. I was coaching child actors, from like 5 to 9 every night. And that was exhausting to me. I was good at it, but it wasn't something I enjoyed. And I'll never forget, as my children got more and more successful, what was happening is my husband would be on one set in Los Angeles, like with Madison on Bosch. I would be in Georgia with my other child on the set of The Walking Dead, and we would look at each other and go, who's at home paying the mortgage right now? Like, our kids were the ones making the money. And it was becoming a real issue because I did not want to live off of my children. That was an uncomfortable place to be. And I just sat down one night and I was like, Lord, I am profoundly exhausted. I don't know what else to do though. I don't even know how to do anything else. So if you want me to do something different, you're going to have to smack me upside the head with it. And it was shortly after that that Plexus came into my life as an answer to my other prayer, which was, please fix my anxiety and depression. And I had tried many, many things to fix that, and I couldn't. And so when I saw my friend's post, I was like, what is this? Is it legal? Because I think I need it. And I had such great success on the products that people started asking me what I was doing. My mom was like, I've never heard you have this much energy. What is this stuff? My husband was like, I don't care how much it costs. We're going to keep taking this. My neighbors were like, what is happening to you? You're smaller, and also you're nice now. And that began my accidental business journey, very much against my will. I would have rather run screaming off of a cliff, naked and on fire, than ever do any sort of network marketing opportunity. God had to totally trick me. And I had started to blog about my health journey because I have a blog. I write all the time I was very active on social media, and I'm like, oh, this will make some great content. I'll just share this, what I'm trying. But I still wasn't thinking of it as a business thing at all, because I don't sell things except for my soul to Hollywood. So people started reaching out, and I went silver in the first month. I went gold in month 3. And I went senior gold in month 5. And by that time, when I got my first paycheck, I fell over and died. And when I resurrected myself, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even do anything. I thought I had embezzled from the company. And it was like God in his still small voice said, this. And I was like, no. And then he was like, yes. And I was like, ah. So I wanted to talk to you guys about why getting stuck is a blessing and not a curse. If you feel stuck right now in your business, just throw a 1 in the comments. We've all felt stuck at one point or another. And by the time I got to senior gold, I had been watching every YouTube video I could find, because I had never made a steady paycheck in my whole entire career. And this felt really good to me. In my 20s and 30s, I was willing to starve for my art. In my 40s, I kind of just wanted some granite countertops. Know what I mean? And so I really loved how it felt to have a steady paycheck. In fact, I still, to this day, pay myself the same amount every month, no matter how much my Plexus paycheck is. And every few months I evaluate it and decide if I can give myself a raise. That's how jazzed I am about having a steady paycheck. So when I hit senior gold, it was mainly all me. I was one of those people that recruited 50 people by myself. And when I did that, I was like, honey, listen, I'm pretty sure that I'm the second coming of Celeste Gwynn, okay? Because I was just flying through the ranks. And then I got stuck. I got stuck at senior gold, and I was like, it was literally the hamster wheel of death. And I wanted to quit. I almost quit, because I was like, see, I knew this was going to be too good to be true. And the reason that I got stuck is because I had said, first of all, I said I will never do network marketing, and then I never say never. But then I also said I will never, ever reach out to anyone in a message. Never will I do that. That's gross. I hate people that do that. And it's mainly because they were doing it the wrong way. So I had never once sent a message to anyone. This was all from posting. But when I got stuck, I had a decision to make. I had to decide, what is more uncomfortable, reaching out to people or losing this amazing paycheck, this senior gold paycheck? And I decided it was more uncomfortable to lose that paycheck. So I said, all right, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to reach out to 5 people a day for 2 weeks. This was in December. And I'm going to offer them a sample and say, hey, this might be a great thing for your New Year's plan. And if I hate how it feels after 2 weeks, then this isn't for me. I'm done. And it was nice while it lasted. Nobody said no. In fact, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've been seeing what you've been posting. I've been meaning to talk to you about this. I was absolutely floored. And I started to grow again. And then my son landed a role on a show called The Alienist, which was shooting in Budapest, Hungary for 6 months. And I was like, oh no, this is terrible. This was going so well. Like, I guess I'll just have to like go to Budapest and coast and hope this is here when I get back, because how can I run a business on my phone and computer from halfway around the world? The answer, the same exact way that I ran it in the United States, just 6 months or 6 hours ahead. So I would be on Zoom calls at 1 and 2 in the morning with my team back at home, and I had nothing else to do there. I had to keep my son alive. I had to make sure he knew his lines. That's it. So I got super intentional with my business in Budapest, and I ranked up. And Marla likes my videos, so I will tell you, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you can find a video entitled Road to Ruby that is set to the theme of Pirates of the Caribbean, that documents my final 3 days of going Ruby. And it was huge. Thank you, Gina, an Alienist fan. So I went Ruby. I came home. I went senior Ruby without too much problem after that. And then I got stuck again. Hamster wheel of death came back my way. And I was like, oh, well, I guess this is it. It was fun while it lasted, but I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. And so I literally almost quit again until a jewel in the company reached out to me and said, I'm doing this training. I think it would be great for you. And it cost some money. But I said, you know what? What do I have to lose? So I did this training. And I said, if this doesn't move the needle, well, then I'm done. Oh, well. What I learned in that training was, first of all, how to lead with the business, which I said I would never, ever do that. Are we seeing a theme here? I would never, ever lead with the business. And I also learned how to set up an ad tag message page from that training group. We didn't have that. I was cobbling together emails. I did have some business builders at that point, but it wasn't because of me. It was just accidental, you know? So that training, I found some great business builders, and that propelled me to Emerald in July of 2019. And then I got stuck again. I did not hit Emerald again for another 5 months because the way I did it, I was a little tricky little trickster and pulled every trick in the book to get to Emerald so I could go to Hawaii, which I did. And y'all, if you haven't been to Hawaii with Plexus, you have not lived. It is the most amazing trip I've ever been on. I was actually sort of depressed the whole time I was there because I was like, what if I don't earn this again? So it was amazing. But I fell back, way back. For 5 months, I fell back. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I guess this was it. It was fun while it lasted. And I talked to my corporate coach, and he was like, are you exhausted? And I'm like, because it was a new coach that I had. I said, yeah. And he's like, well, no wonder. I've never seen anyone that has more level 1 ambassadors than you. How do you keep up with them all? And I'm like, I don't know. And he said, listen, you have to stop recruiting right now. And I was like, what? Stop recruiting? Because every jewel I'd ever heard in any video always said, don't get into management mode. And so I said, isn't that management mode? And he said, no, sis, you need to get into management mode and learn how to develop some silvers. And I was like, okay. So I stopped recruiting. And he's like, also, if you say that I ever told you to do that, I will deny it.
So I really got serious in probably like a year ago, and focused solely on coming up with systems and trainings to develop silvers. And then I ranked up to Emerald or re-ranked to Emerald in January, and have been, and then Sapphire was not even on my radar, you guys, but the work, what I learned when I got stuck that third time propelled me to Sapphire way before I thought I would. And so here's what I want to tell you. If you're stuck, it doesn't mean this is a dumb idea. It just simply means that you need to learn something. And if you have like a side sister or somebody on this team that is flying through the ranks and you're jealous and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, they're just so amazing. I want to tell you, I had a good friend that I met on the shopping spree at Leaders Retreat a couple of years ago. She went Emerald in like 9 months, and like joined way after me, went Emerald way before me. And I was honestly envious. I did not know how she did that, but she never hit it again. And she will tell you that her organization was built on sand because she never got stuck, and she never had to go and create the steel beams that create a solid organization. So I feel like I have a super solid organization right now. And your trajectory is not going to be like this. Mine was like this. I would go up and then I'd go down and then I'd go up a little higher and then down and up. It's been that way the whole entire time. And it's been that way for my team too. If you I track our points every month. And there's always a month where most people have gone up, and then those same people the next month go down. And then the next month they go up a little more. It's just the way it is, guys. And then finally, what I want to tell you is, if you're stuck, if you're at the point where you feel like you want to quit because this is dumb and stupid, okay? Go ahead and rest. Go ahead and stop doing the things that are draining you. Maybe reaching out right now is draining you, okay? And just focus on posting good content and adding value to your audience. And I'm not just talking Plexus content. I'm talking lots of other content that makes you valuable. And here's why. Even now, as a Sapphire, you think we're sitting up here on Easy Street? I'm sure Marla can tell you, Darlene can tell you, we have to work just as hard to maintain and build as a silver ambassador does. Honest to God. And but I have always remained consistent in my posting and in my adding value with my content. And I had 2 people just this weekend. I was feeling a little schlumpy, Sapphire schlumpy, and I was like, I guess I just don't know anybody else. Like, I don't know why I don't get a hold of myself sooner now, because this happens every time I rank up, and I'm like, well, that was great. But I had 2 people reach out to me that say, we know 2 or 3 people that sell Plexus. We're going with you because we love the way you present it, and we love how consistent you are. You have been consistent for 4.5 years, and we've watched you, and we're ready to get started. And I was like, holy cow. So if I had not been giving them something to watch, so even in the times where I'm like, I can't even say the word Plexus right now, if that's where you're at, just keep posting and just take a break, take a rest from some of the more difficult tasks that get you out of your comfort zone. It's okay to do that, and stay consistent with your public. Keep your store open and let people know my store's open. And it's cyclical. There's where, like, I mean, I know for our team in June and July, it was like gangbusters. And as much as it was gangbusters in May, June, and July, August and September were pretty darn dismal. Okay. So it's just the way it is. And I will tell you this one little trick I do when I'm really discouraged, and then I'll wrap up. When I get discouraged and when I think, I just don't know if I can sustain this anymore, I always go, where was I 6 months ago?
And I'm always further along than I was 6 months ago. And I'm glad that I've continued no matter what, even though, I mean, I hit Sapphire in September or in August. I haven't hit it again yet. So I can either whine like a little baby, or I can say I am a solid emerald. And that was really my only goal for 2020. So it's all in your mindset. It's all in your perspective. And make a list of what is going right, not everything that's going wrong. Because things are going to go wrong. People are people-y. People are programmed quitters, you guys. If you don't know that by now, especially when it comes to health and wellness. And one piece of value I want to add to you, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, I just created a 5-part series called Facing Facebook. And it's designed to help somebody on your team that is like just very brand new to social media, like is the type of people that I never post, I just lurk. It's not even about how to post about plexus. It's just how to be on Facebook. And so if that will add value to your teams, feel free to take a look at that. And I think that's all I got, Marla.
That was amazing. Ah, so good. And what other opportunity do we have where we can work intentionally an hour a day at least for say 8 years? 8 years and make a 6-figure income and help people and along the way. And you stay in your health mode too. I mean, right? Doesn't it keep you on track, Kelly?
Sure.
Got
to be a product of the product.
Yes. And I mean, I thought about that today on my drive home. Like 5 years ago, what if my 5 years would have passed without me working plexus? I can't imagine not, right? But I too have been in those, it's peaks and valleys, and just don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. And I'm actually going to do a video about this next week for my main Facebook page. Don't ever quit on a bad day. If you can have the best day ever with Plexus, where you sign up 3 people and everybody's messaging you going, this has changed my life, and you want to quit on that day, then maybe there's some reasons why you need to quit on that day. So you're allowed to do that then, but don't quit on a bad day, because you might miss out on a good day that is coming your way. Thank you, Gina. Everyone needs to watch Bosch. Thank you. Madison's great. And a big announcement coming about my son, Matt, very soon. We are absolutely mind blown. So look for that on my Facebook. It'll be pretty awesome.
You amaze me. One day, Kelly posted a picture of probably 17 envelopes, and it was keeping track of my kids' residual check is a struggle. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, we were no stranger to residual income. We already have experienced that. Like, there's projects that I still get paid on that I did 20 years ago. But it's still not the kind of residual income that Plexus is, trust me. So
we have the best marketing business plan ever, hands down, for health and happiness. So thank you so much, Kelly. I just cherish you and can't wait till you hit diamond, which will be, and no doubt, real soon.
From your lips to God's ears, girlfriend. Thank you so much for having me, and have a great rest of your meeting.
Yes, love you, dear.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, I don't know how to top that. But I think you all could relate. Maybe you think that when you hit emerald or sapphire or diamond, that magically all of the little drama goes away. That people never, get discouraged, and people maybe run to you, telling you they want to sign up. It does happen sometimes. Like she said, if you stay consistent, they know that your store is open. And I too was a lot like her. I did not reach out, and I still struggle with reaching out. And when I do now, because we have the send, share, invite, where we really practice, developing a relationship, sending a message first about relationship before about plexus, and then inviting to events. I've had people just be so thankful, and I've been meaning to contact you. And our mind always freaks us out and makes us think the worst. So we just have to remember, our feelings are not facts. They're just thoughts that put a big X on your dreams. So I'm just so thankful that I did not quit. And how can you teach that to somebody? You can't. It's all work ethic and belief in the products, and belief in yourself, and belief in the company. So being here tonight, you should be very proud of yourself because you've made it this far, right? So the other things I want to talk about tonight, I don't want to keep it long, but talking about our Engage app. If you have not downloaded that yet and started using it, you need to do that. And if you have questions, let me know and I'll set up a separate Zoom and help you. Also, making sure that our new people know about it and that the 3 samples are on there, that you get them to send the samples. Also, and invite friends to join them. Another thing that we want everybody to do is to get people to, duplicate, just do a shout out post. Like, I'm so glad I decided to take my health to another level. I've been watching my friend Gina post for 3 years. I'm going in. Who's heard about gut health and wants to do this with me? Or I have 3 samples. Who wants them? Asking them if they would just do a shout out post. Because if we don't ask, it's an automatic no. And usually if you help someone write that up, they are willing to do it. And if they're not willing to post it, then say, well, how about, do you have like a sister or a best friend from high school that you could send a message to about this right now? And I'll wait and see what they say, and just kind of be there for them. So that's just something we want to do and make it automatic and not weird and not awkward. Just make it fun. And this is what we do. We share. So that's something that we want to all get better at. And if you've enrolled in any of the Plexus trainings, and you probably have registered for those, if you haven't done that, signed up for the training on the texting, it's in your back office, under virtual office. If you haven't done the new ambassador start here, do that now. It's even if you're in 5 years, 3 years, the new ambassador start here is pretty new in the last 6 months. And it goes through all the steps. What to do the first 30 days is there. But it also gives you ideas for getting people to post when you have your first ambassador. That's all in our virtual office also. And we have some things in our units in our Glam Guts Grace, also about sharing. So making sure that we introduce people in there and also making them feel very welcome and part of our community. Also, we have our own calendar, right? Plexus has a calendar, and we have a calendar that offers quite a bit. This week we have on Wednesday, Getting Results Call. It's called Welcome Ambassadors Getting Results. So it can be any new ambassador, but welcome means whether you've been on 3 years and you haven't showed up for anything, that would be welcome, and come to us. If you haven't, if you know of a customer or ambassador who hasn't met their health goals, say, hey, do you want to go to this Getting Results Call? Because what we'll do is just kind of talk to them about where they're at, what their regimen is, what we can do to help them. The other thing that isn't on the calendar that I decided to offer again, because it's such a hit right now, is the intermittent fasting, to continue another course of that, only not with the Easy Energy Challenge, just to offer an IF 2-week crash course. And so we're going to start that on the, it's going to be the last Monday. What is that? I'm not looking at my calendar. Yeah, the 26th of October. So that gives us some time. So what you can do as an ambassador is test the waters, post it on your social media or in your stories. If you could be in a 2-week crash course for intermittent fasting, who would want to be in it? Or who loves intermittent fasting? Who wants to learn about intermittent fasting? Just do a post and find out who's interested. Get their name down and start the conversation. To start with, for this group, we're going to make it be that they don't have to be on the products, but if you have past ambassadors that, you know, still haven't met their health goals, they can be in there also, and maybe they have some products left. So it's really going to be education about IF, but I'm also going to be talking about how our products complement that. And so what we're doing is adding value to them also without expecting much, but hopefully in return, they are going to have more belief about our products also. So that's something that you can just make a mental note of. I'll be posting about it in our Business Builders and our Glam group. So Leaders Retreat also, that is coming up. We have the rest of this month qualify. So it's 800 points. If you're close, it's not too late, you guys. They have not capped out yet. So if you want to, you know, do something scary and have like a Zoom on your wall with, I'll share my testimony on your wall if you want to interview me on your wall, or just to get more attraction to your posts. Have a launch party. You can have an anniversary party if it's a year you've been with Plexus. I mean, you can do whatever we want just to get people invited and get them to hear the stories. We have our events this weekend in Grand Forks on Friday at Kelly Hulse, which thank you, Kelly. Is she still on? She is on, yay. So get some people invited to that. If you have not intentionally reached out, do so now, and just even picking up the phone and calling somebody and inviting them to attend. It starts at 5:30 in Grand Forks, and then in Fargo it's at 10 o'clock at Kim Steffen's home. So let's get lots of people there, because there'll be lots of great testimonies. And then we have Testimony Tuesday coming up. So far we have 3 people on that. So we have a lot of events, but you also can have, you know, a Zoom call. You can do a pop-up party, like Get Your Gut Healthy pop-up party. You could do, you know, there's really a lot of different things you can do. And I have a launch party template. So all we'd have to do is you get the group going. I can put the template in there and all the posts would go out within an hour if you want to do just an online party with postings. So it's just to intentionally reach out to people and invite or find out their story, how they're doing. If they can't afford it, let's have a party. So if there's a will, there's a way. And you know, as far as posting on social media, you know, well, I guess just stay consistent. That's the main thing. And be you, don't be somebody else, be yourself. And it's just such a blessing. We have such a gift with our products. Just very blessed, very blessed. So that's all I have. If anyone has any questions? None? Okay. We kept it within 45 minutes, and that was my goal. So thank you, ladies from Ruth and Darlene's team, to join. Glad you could join us. And yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Yes, yes. And we'll see some of you on Friday night. and Saturday, and then we'll be back here Monday again. Monday, I have a diamond as a guest. Andrea Estes is going to be speaking and telling her story too. So, all right. Thanks for all you do. You guys are rock stars. Bye.
Hey, Marla, can you